Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. I have simplified the wave count just a little bit, just due to all the choppy price action that we've seen now over the last few days, over the last few weeks. So the movement here is certainly not impulsive to the upside. Okay, so it looks really very choppy. We did talk about that we are likely dealing with an ending diagonal anyway. But I've just modified the subwave structure a little bit. This here is now very clear. It became quite messy, and whenever something gets too messy and it then doesn't even follow through, yeah, I mean, nothing got invalidated or anything, but still it's worth just to follow here the clearer pathway, and also it seems to make a little more sense. So support levels basically nearly haven't changed, but I did redraw them here to the latest high. So I had to measure the entire distance for this support area, which is basically new. Replaced the old orange one that I had on the chart, but now because I see this here potentially as a wave 2 pullback, I've highlighted it in yellow. And the idea is still that a wave 4 likely finished here at around 1910 on the 17th of November. The move up here can be counted as wave 1 of wave 5, but as an ABC structure. Explanation is simple because we're likely dealing with a diagonal pattern. The move down is corrective as well. Reached here the 1990 level, the golden ratio. We talked about that in the previous videos. And then now we could be in our third wave. However, the subwave structure is not entirely clear, and it's not entirely clear because it is extremely choppy, and we have a 3-wave move. So what I can tell you is that Ether didn't manage to form 5 waves up. Now, we don't necessarily need 5 waves up here because we're dealing with a third wave in a diagonal. So overall, the structure would be an ABC structure. Still, though, it would be clearer if we are seeing 5 waves up. So the point I try to make is here, in the third wave, we're likely dealing with an ABC structure. And an A wave can be a 5-wave move. It can also be a 3-wave move. So if it's 5, then it increases the probabilities that we're already in the A wave. If it's 3, then yeah, it could be, but also could also be we make another low and test maybe here round about 1950. Okay, so just prepare for that. Could very well be that we're retesting the 1950 level, 1954. As long as we can avoid a sustained break below that level, this wave count remains valid and remains the primary scenario. However, below 1954, if we get a sustained break, then we will have structural support down here at around 1930 and then at 1909. But by the time we've broken below 1954, it becomes very likely that we're actually in the yellow wave count, which is just basically means a bit of a delay of the 5th wave. Okay, so at the moment the assumption is that we could be in this 5th wave, but if we break below 1954, it will increase the probabilities that we're not yet, that the wave 4 that possibly finished here on the 17th of November, that never finished, but instead we are in a very complex A wave, B wave, C wave correction, still unfolding in wave 4, okay? And then we can test the lower areas of this orange support box again. Now, what you need to understand is that the move down doesn't look impulsive. So I cannot clearly lean towards the yellow wave count. The move up is also not impulsive, which makes it difficult. Makes me wonder, because we were exploring a triangle on the Bitcoin chart, is maybe some kind of a triangle unfolding here as well. It's too early to confirm that, okay? It's way too early to confirm that. We haven't got enough waves. For a triangle, you need 5 waves. A wave, B wave, C wave, D wave, E wave. So there is more to do. If we now, for example, push higher, but make another lower high, then I can start to explore the triangle, because then literally one more higher low is missing to complete an Elliott wave structure. Then the wave 4 could be a triangle, and then we could still go. It's just a corrective mess there at the moment. But yeah, I think these are the possibilities. So nothing bearish yet, okay? Nothing bearish at all. It's just that Ether takes its time, bit lagging behind Bitcoin, but also Bitcoin still holding support, by the way, now. But also Bitcoin is just moving in corrective structures at the moment. So that often happens either at the top but then we have no confirmation that a top has been made because we have no impulsive price action to the downside, or it happens close to the top when just the bulls are already getting exhausted, the people are selling for profits, okay, others are buying, but most people who have a position already or who want a position already have one. So that's when it starts to top. But yeah, it would still structurally look better with one more high here in wave 5 towards $2,200, $2,300, and that assumption hasn't changed. That's my update about Ether. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.